RaDona from Boys and Girls Hairstyles. Today I have Lynzee with me. I'm really excited because we're going to shave the bottom of her hair and do a design. So obviously this is like the fun thing to do now for girls. What I did, you can just pull it all up if you want, but with as much hair as she has, I'm just going to do two, okay, to get the hair out of the way. Okay, so I've just taken from the top of the ear and parted that off. I'm going to take a number 2. Take this hair off. Super cute and dark hair too, because you really will be able to see the design. You can also take it this way, you know, if you just do that top, you know, just to go straight across. Okay, now we've got that. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little trimmers. Okay, I have the T-finisher just so you guys know what it is. So what I'm going to do first is come straight across, just to make this line a little thicker. Now what I'm doing is I'm pressing down, so I push down and then kind of bring it down a tiny bit. See how I push that down a little bit? Now if you're wanting a bigger line, you obviously will push in and come down more, but I don't want a huge line, but I definitely want it a distinct line. See how you can see that's more of a line instead of just pulled up? It's more of a white line there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, in fact, just so it doesn't, okay, let me just do this first, you guys. I'm going to come in halfway in between because I don't want to get distracted with that line that wasn't like straight down the middle. I want it kind of down the middle, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm being kind of confusing. As far as the hair that I'm pulling up, I just kind of want that more in the middle now. Just because I need to come down here in the middle, if that makes sense. In fact, I'll just pull that straight up so I don't see that. Okay, then I'm going to take my T-finisher. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is a little V. And you're obviously going to want to make sure you're right in the middle of the head. Okay, so I'm going to go over this little V. You can also set your trimmers down so you can start to see that V start. Okay, when you set this down, you can move it a little bit. Okay, you guys can see that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here a little bit further, and I'm going to do another V. Just going to follow this line. Okay, you can see that. Okay, again, I'm eyeing this to see how far over. Some people like to take a marker and mark your drawing before you do it, and that is totally fine. You can totally use a marker. And it is easier with lighter hair to use a marker because you can use the washable markers. So if you can see, when I set it down, I kind of push back, down a little bit, just so it makes the line a little bit thicker. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come from this line over and that line over. Okay. Again, I'm coming straight down from this line. Okay, now before I do the next design, I'm going to do the outer part, okay, the perimeter here. So I'm going to come straight across. See how cute that is? It's just starting to really come together. Okay, now I'm going to kind of come on an angle, okay, up this way. I'm not going to round it. I'm going to have it more blunt and square this way, not rounded. Okay, just take this up by the ear. Okay. Same thing. And then just straight. No rounding on the sides there. Okay, you guys, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and make the lines come out this way. And I don't want it to go all the way to the end. Okay, now the thing with these lines, I'm going from longer to shorter. So this one's longer, that one's a little shorter. Okay, you can see how it's kind of going shorter that way. Okay, now with this one, sorry, I just want those to be a little bit more crisp, like a sharp line. There we go. Okay, now you know what, let me come this way, sorry. Now I'm going to come this way. I'm going to have you look down a little bit. Thank you. Now I'm going to come back this way, just angle a little bit, and then one more shorter. Okay guys, there you go. I think I'm going to make this line a tiny bit thicker up here. Which to do that, you know, you just push down further this way. There. Alright, there we go. So, anyway, you can do your own design or whatever you would like. And then if you have any questions about that, just let me know. And I appreciate you guys watching. And please like, share, and subscribe. And watch for our tip of the week on Saturday. And let us know if you have any questions. Thanks again. See ya.